Welcome everyone to our session today, where we are going to discuss why it's important for anti-fraud professionals to earn the CFE certificate. I get so many, questions about, I work in the fraud domain for so many years and I have so much experience and I have CPA, I have CIA. Do I really need to earn the CFE certificate? Is it important for me to get this certificate if I have already the experience and knowledge related to fraud examination? And the certification is only a way for you to make sure that the knowledge that you have is correct, the meaning you are following the best practices, and at the same time it will help you in your career to demonstrate to your employer that you have this knowledge, because your employer can maybe see on your CV that you have 4 or 5 years experience, but at the end of the day, if you can't show him that you really know the best practices of fraud examination, it's an issue. And this is why, the Association of Certified Fraud Examiner, they say you as certified fraud examiner, you can make an impact on your business. The CFE certificate was launched more than 30 years ago. At that time, when it was launched, the objective was investigating fraud. We have fraud cases happening all over the world, and we need to investigate fraud cases. But we can see over the years, the CFE and the ACFE, they moved by saying, we don't want to actually just only go and investigate fraud after happening. The objective of you having the CFE certificate is to be an active member inside your organization, inside the fraud department, not only in investigating fraud, but at the same time, you need to be able to protect your business, because they discovered that 50% of the fraud that happen inside the organization, the main reason for it is the lack of internal control. Or we have internal control that are not effective. So by you earning the CFE certificate, if you are working in the fraud department or in internal audit, in risk management, in compliance, you will be able to protect your organization to ensure the internal controls are effective in preventing and detecting fraud. So it's not only about conducting investigation, and this is why so many individuals, they say, I don't do investigation, I don't do, I don't handle fraud. Is it important for me to earn this certificate? This certificate will give you the knowledge and skills to be able to manage the risk of fraud, to be able to conduct fraud risk assessment, to be able to identify how the internal controls related to fraud are working inside the organization, so you make sure fraud is not happening. Because at the end of the day, when fraud will happen, they say fraud will happen when we have 3 elements. When we have the opportunity, which is the lack of internal control. When we have the rationalization, which is someone justifying his action, saying, I am doing this because I deserve this, or I'm doing this because everyone else is doing it. And they have the financial pressure. So once these 3 elements exist in any organization, with an individual or with a division, they are going to do fraud. So what we need to do for us as professionals working inside the organization, we need to look at the internal controls and make sure we examine these internal controls to make sure they are working effectively in preventing and detecting fraud. We need to look at the financial pressure and make sure our employees, they don't have so much financial pressure. They don't have so much pressure to meet the objectives of the organization that will push them to do fraud. And we need to change the culture inside the organization to make sure these individuals are not going to do fraud. Because at the end of the day, they say culture can eat strategy for breakfast. So we need to make sure that we have the right culture inside the organization. At the same time, just today, ACFE published a very interesting, a guide, which is the Fraud Risk Management Guide in collaboration with COSO, saying what kind of fraud risk management we need to have inside the organization to ensure that fraud will not happen. It's not only about investigating fraud, it's about managing the risk of fraud so we reduce the cases of fraud. And this is why your role as a professional working in anti-fraud is to ensure that fraud will be prevented, fraud will be detected, and fraud will be responded to quickly. And in case all this didn't happen, at the end, you need to go and investigate fraud and uncover fraud. But prevention is much better than investigation. Now, why you should earn the CFE certificate? So many individuals today ask, what is the importance? Well, the first thing, like we say, it will enhance your anti-fraud knowledge and expertise. If you are working in any domain, if you are working in investigation, in internal audit, in compliance, it will help you understand the best practices that you need to do. What are the situation that you can handle when you are dealing with investigation, collecting information, conducting interview, and how can you do it in the proper way? At the same time, it will show your expertise in front of your employers, in front of your colleagues. At the same time, it will help you in getting promotion or getting a client if you are working in a consulting firm. But always the question that I get asked from so many individuals, would I make more money if I earn the certificate? Well, based on the CFE 2022 compensation guide, individuals who earn the CFE certificate, they are getting more salary compared to individuals without the certificate. Especially if you are working in consulting firm, in banks, in government. At the same time, if you are working in a private sector, there's a huge opportunity, especially in the Middle East. We can see in the Middle East around 21%, your salary will be higher if you have the certificate. And I know personally so many individuals, they were able to secure much better job or get a promotion because they earned the certificates. So someone will say, so this is only questions and answer I need to practice. I say, no, certificate is not only about earning the certificate and say, I am certified for the examiner. It's about gaining the knowledge. Passing the exam is important, understanding the questions and answers are important, but also, do you have the knowledge for you to be able to identify the 3 categories of fraud? Do you understand the different schemes that can happen related to corruption, related to asset misappropriation, related to financial statement fraud? Do you understand all the red flags related to these schemes? Do you know how can we prevent these schemes? How can we deduct these schemes? Do you know how can we go and investigate each case and figure out exactly what we need to do after? So this is what the course will cover. The course will cover all the elements related to fraud, all the different types of fraud that can happen inside the organization. But at the same time, we don't only speak about fraud, we speak also about investigation. So in case any of these schemes happen, what are the process that we need to follow when we are conducting the investigation? And not only what are the process we need to follow, what are the legal elements that we need to consider when we are conducting the investigation? So when a fraud will happen, who is the team that we need to hire to be able to conduct the fraud investigation? What are the qualifications? How they need to work together? What is the strategy they need to follow? At the same time, how can we go collect the evidence inside the organization to be able to examine this evidence in the proper way? What are the proper processes for us to conduct the interview? Are we going to speak with the suspect directly, or we are going to speak with the witnesses? What is the proper order? How are we going to collect the information? What are the questions we need to ask? How can we make sure that the person in front of us is not lying? So all these aspects are covered. So the certificate is covering so many aspects related to fraud investigation. And this is the fraud manual that you need to study, which is around 2,000 pages, which is covering issues related to fraud prevention and deterrence. This is one exam. One exam is covering financial transactions. One exam is focusing on fraud investigation, and one exam focusing on the legal elements of fraud. So the CFE exam is 4 exams. Each exam is 2 hours, 100 questions, multiple choice. And you need to complete all the exams within 60 days. So from the first day, you take the first exam until the last day, you need 60 days to complete all of them. In case you don't complete all of them within 60 days, you have to pay again for the parts you didn't complete. But this is the exam. It's 4 sections. You need to score 75% on every section for you to be able to pass the exam. And you need to study these 2,000 pages. I studied them myself. It took me 6 months to study it, and then I have to take the exam. But the whole idea is not only about going and studying this information and going taking the exam, is about having the knowledge. You need to have all this knowledge for you to be able to understand the different financial transactions, how you can conduct investigation, what legal issues you need to consider. And at the same time, one of the most important things that now the focus is on, how can we prevent fraud from happening? How can we ensure that inside the organization we have the proper internal controls? So in case fraudsters are trying to do fraud, we will catch them at early stages, or we prevent them from taking the resources of our organization, so fraud will not happen. Prevention is the focus in our organization to limit the damage and the cost of fraud. So what are the options? If you want to study, you can study on your own, which will take you around 6 months to study the whole fraud manual, and you pay a lot of money. And in case you don't have the time, you will not be able to study properly and you will not pass the exam, then you have to pay the fees again. Or the other option is you can join our CFE exam review course. Our CFE exam review course that we have been delivering with ACFE for the last 9 years is a very effective way for you to do a fast track, to quickly study and prepare yourself to become certified for the examiner, where we are going to focus on the main topics that are going to come in the exam. We are going to explain them in an easy way, in English and in Arabic. We are going to make sure that you understand the main concepts, give you an example on them, explain to you how the questions will come in the exam. So at the end, this is an exam focused course. The meaning, I'm going to explain the knowledge for you to have the knowledge as an experience, how to apply it in real life. And at the same time, I'm going to speak about the questions and answer and how the exam will be. So you are going to have both. You are going to have the knowledge and have the ability to study and pass the CFE exam with us. If you would like to join our courses, we have two options. You can join our virtual classes, which is happening over 4 weeks, or you can join our face-to-face classes and virtual classes, which is happening over 4 days. So you say, yeah, no, I don't understand. What is the difference between the 4 weeks and 4 days? Well, when we are delivering our classes, we discover we have two approaches. The first approach is like this approach, studying over 4 weeks, where you study over 4 weeks with us virtually, where we have 4 weeks, 4 subjects. So every week you study one subject, then over the weekend you take the exam. Then you are finished. Then you study another subject. Over the weekend you take the exam. Then you are finished. Over the next weekend, you study a subject, you take the exam. So in 4 weeks, you will be certified. And this is a very effective method for you to study. And the sessions are happening in the evening. So the sessions are happening from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Dubai time. And in case you can't attend it for any reason, the sessions are recorded as well. So you can watch them later at any time you want. And in that way, you just need to study 3 days with us. You need to go practice the questions, and then you take your exam over the weekend. Easy, simply, you will be able to pass the exam within 4 weeks without any stress, without disturbing your work. So this is the first format that we have that you can attend it virtually with us, which is very effective. Now, the second format that we have, which is attending the 4-day course. The 4-day course, you can attend it virtually, or you can attend it face-to-face, which is a different approach. In that case, we will give you in advance all the sessions recorded. You can watch them, and we give you everything in advance. You can study, and then you can come with us to us for 4 days, virtually or face-to-face. You study one subject with us from the morning until the evening. Then in the evening, you take the exam. The next day, you study the subject with us the whole day. Then in the evening, you take the exam. In that case, you can pass the exam within 4 days. So every day you study one subject, and then you can take the exam with it and pass the exam. You say, yeah, is this effective way? In 4 days, I can become certified? I said, yes. Over the last 9 years, we have 1,000 delegates who passed the exam with us within 4 days from the first time. Every day they took the class, they took the exam. In 4 days, they were able to be certified. So it's possible. 1,000 individuals with us, they were able to do this. So you can do it in 4 days, but it's so much stress. You need to study the whole day, then you need to take the exam in the evening. It's possible. Now, how are you going to take the exam? You have two options of taking the exam. You can take the exam virtually on your laptop, which is I don't recommend because maybe you'll have technical issue, and you can take it in testing center. Taking the exam in testing center is much better. You will go there, they will have everything for you. You just go and take the exam. So, but you have to pay additional $10. So my recommendation, if you are going to take the exam, go take it in testing center, much better than you take it on your laptop. But you have the two options. After you submit your CFE exam application, ACFE will say your exam is approved. Then you can go and schedule your exam at any time you want. Now, what is going to be included in the CFE course if you would like to join? If you would like to join the CFE course, we are going to include everything for you. So you will get 1 year associate membership. In case you are already member, we will pay for your next year membership, so you will not lose anything. Also, you are going to get the 2023 CFE exam prep course, which is covering all the 1,400 questions that you need to practice on them, which is the questions in the exam are going to be similar to them. You are going to get the 2023 fraud examination manual. You will have online access to it for you to be able to refer to it later for any information. We will pay for your CFE exam fees, which is around $450, which is covering the 4 exam parts. And in case you fail in any exam, you will pay only $50 to retake. Compare if you don't take the class with us, you have to pay $100 to retake. Also, we will pay for your CFE workbook, which is the secret book, this is rather than studying the fraud manual, 2,000 pages, we are going to give you 75 pages only for every exam. You study these 75 pages highlighted with the most important concept in the exam, and this is the only thing you need to focus on where the questions are going to come from. This is not something I created. This is ACFE created. They say this is the summary, the main topics that are going to be tested on the exam. And you can only get it if you join the CFE exam review course. Also, we will give you access to the live virtual sessions like this on Zoom, where you will be able to attend my classes live. You can ask questions, you can interact, you can discuss, and we will give you access to the recorded session. So you can watch the recorded session later. Plus, we give you additional access to additional videos where it will help you summarize the main concepts before taking the exam. Also, you will get the CFE flashcard app. You can download it on your mobile, Android or iPhone, and you get a 30 CBE certificate for attending the class. So this is the whole package that you will get with us if you join the CFE course. Now, someone will say, so what is the cost of this? But before that, someone will say, I already bought the CFE prep course. What should I do? In case you already bought the CFE prep course, we will give you $400 discount. So ACFE will give you $400 discount if you bought it within the last 2 years. The whole package is valid for 1 year. The minute you buy it, you need to take the exam within 1 year, or you will lose everything in this package. So what is the cost for the course? We have 2 packages. You can take the live virtual class, where you will get the membership, you'll get the exam fees, you will get the manual, you will get everything, or you can get the live virtual class. What is the difference between them? The only difference between them that in the live face-to-face class, you will get everything in the virtual. So you'll get the live virtual classes, you get the recorded sessions, but you get face-to-face. So in that way, you will come to Dubai or to Malaysia, wherever you are taking the class with us, and you can meet me, interact with us, attend the class. We will have breakfast, coffee break, lunch. So in that way, you attend it face-to-face. So the cost for both of them around $4,000. But if you join early, you will be able to get an early bird discount. For the virtual class, you get 45% discount. So in that way, you pay only $2,197 plus VAT. And if you are joining our Dubai class, you'll pay $2,999. Someone say, yeah, I'm not sure which one I should join. If you are not sure, you can join our virtual class. And you start to study with us. See, do you like my teaching style online? Do you understand the concepts? If you are okay with that, what we will do after that, in case you pass the exam, you pass the exam. In case you say, no, I really like to attend face-to-face, you can pay the difference and you can attend the face-to-face classes that we have with us. So these are the options that we have. Again, if you are considering joining our classes, these are the dates for the classes. In Malaysia, we have classes happening in August. If you would like to join in August, we have only 1 class this year in Malaysia in August. But if you would like to join in Dubai, we have in July 10 to July 13. You can join it virtually or you can join it face-to-face. And if you would like to join our virtual classes, these are the classes that we have for this year. So is it effective for you to study and pass the exam with us? The answer is yes. We already have more than 3,000 delegates who passed the exam with us over the last 9 years. So we are celebrating 9 years anniversary with ACFE, and we are so happy that we have the largest number of participants globally passing the exam with us. Usually we have so much demand on our classes because delegates, they are really benefiting, and they are not only passing the exam, but they are very satisfied. They are happy with the class, with the delivery, with the concept, with the instructions. And at the same time, our delegates who took the classes, they are really interactive in the class. So, we have in every class around, 60, 70, before it was 250 in the class. They were very interactive, they were happy. And all of them, they benefited from the class, they studied with us, they attended the live sessions or recorded session, and they were able to clear the exam. But not only that, also we have our delegates who join us for our face-to-face classes. We have more than 1,000 delegates who passed the exam within 4 days with us over our virtual, over our face-to-face classes. in so many countries. We deliver in Qatar, we deliver in Oman, we deliver in Saudi, we deliver in Dubai. And this year we have different classes happening as well in Oman, Qatar, Saudi, and UAE. But as of now, these are the only confirmed dates that we have, where we have virtual classes and we have Dubai classes. So these are the options that you want to have. But at the end of the day, if you want to study, what you need to do, you need to attend our classes. And after attending our classes, you need to go and practice the question in the CFE prep course. Someone will say, yeah, can I just pay for the exam and take the exam? The answer, you will never pass the exam, because you need the class to teach you the knowledge. You need the book we will give you to highlight the main concept you need to focus on. And you need to prepare for the CFE exam by practicing the questions in the exam. In that case, if you follow all the steps, you are guaranteed to pass the exam like all the delegates who took the class with us and passed the exam before. So my recommendation for you, don't take a shortcut. There's no shortcut. In life, if you need to accomplish something, you need to follow all the steps. You need to learn the concepts. You need to practice your knowledge. You need to make sure you are prepared properly. And then you need to go schedule your exam, take your exam, and become certified. And at the end of the day, it's really a shame. I feel really sad when I see someone calling me and saying, yeah, I would like to earn the CFE, but is there any way for someone to take the exam on my behalf? I say, you are trying to do fraud in a fraud course? You can't do that. If you are serious about becoming certified fraud examiner, you need to have the proper ethics and the proper knowledge to be able to pass the exam, because knowledge is not enough. In life, knowledge plus ethics will make you proper professional fighting fraud. So I wish you the luck in your journey, and I hope that I will see you on the other side as certified fraud examiners.